is the Brenda Lee Show. The Brenda Lee Show.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Brenda Lee Show. Hey, I want to share with you something that has been stewing on my mind for the last week plus, okay? I was in a leadership training for myself, right? Leaders need leaders ahead of them also. That includes me too. And I very diligently pour into myself so that I can always be at my best, so that I can give the best to my clients, okay? And so as I was going through this leadership training, one of the trainers was talking about how gratitude is acceptance. And I was like, okay, so we all want to be in gratitude, and we teach this. The brain is a goal-achieving machine when emotions are involved. People want to do positive affirmations and all those things, and positive affirmations don't work. They just don't. And here's why. The brain doesn't know the difference between imagination and reality when emotions are involved. When emotions are involved, now your brain's a goal-achieving machine, okay? And I always liken it to like a nightmare. Think you wake up, you're in the middle of your bedroom, it's the middle of the night, your palms are sweaty, your heart is racing, you're out of breath, you think a bear is chasing you in the woods and you're going to die, right? Well, you wake up, your body is physically, literally responding in a way that is going to keep you safe from losing your life over this bear. Is there really a bear in the room? No, there's not. Well, why does your body engage that way? Your body engages that way because emotions were involved. You had fear of dying. You had fear of your death. And so emotion kicks in, your body kicks in, and the brain does not know now the difference between imagination and reality. So this is like one of our secrets to achieving your goals, right? We work with clients all the time about this, where it's not enough just to have a goal. You've got to have a vision. I talk about this a lot. When you've got a vision and you have emotion tied into it, now your brain is like, that I believe, that I buy into, okay? And so with that said, we always want to put our brain into a state of gratitude where focus goes, our life goes. Where we're focusing, if we're focusing on gratitude, we're going to get more things that we're grateful for in our life, okay? If we're constantly focusing on the negative, I hate to break it to you, the brain's a goal-achieving machine, especially when you tie those emotions to it, you're going to get back more negative. It's just it's the law of the universe. It's the way that it works. I don't understand it. It's way above my pay grade, but that's the way it works, okay? So when you're living in gratitude, I always thought, well, gratitude's just a great thing. Like I can feel the emotion. I'm really grateful that it's a beautiful, glorious day out. There's beautiful blue skies out there. I love days like this. Or just even the last 3 days, we were having stormy, cloudy, thunderstorms, rain, where it was totally fine 1 minute and then poof, like the skies unzipped and the rain came gushing down. And the way this guy described it was when we walk outside and it's raining and we can say, oh my word, I'm so grateful for the rain. Well, gratitude is acceptance. That means we're accepting the rain. And that really got me thinking in all the other areas of our life. What is going on for you where you are resisting accepting what's going on? And through that resistance, you're now creating a heck of a lot more chaos around that situation rather than just accepting and being grateful. When we're grateful, we accept what's going on. I am grateful for my kids that I get them 24/7, 365. I am so grateful that I get to pour into them and I have so much more time with them than most divorced parents. I am so grateful that instead of being frustrated, because there was a time I was like, I'm exhausted, I'm burnt out, this is exhausting, I need a break. And it was hard. It was really, really hard. And I had to shift my mindset and say, okay, I'm grateful. Like, I am so grateful that I get this time with them. They're grateful. They are so happy to be home and to be with their mama all the time. They love it. They love it. And there's other pieces of that I had to reframe my mindset on. I had to reframe and accept what was going on. And I say this a lot. Think of our life as a pizza. We only have a pizza's worth of energy each and every day, right? If we've got a pizza's worth of energy and we're focusing a slice of pizza on resistance, on being frustrated with our circumstances, frustrated with our job, frustrated with that person in our life, instead of accepting and being grateful for what this might be teaching you, for what you get to get out of it, for the lessons that are coming that you may not even see yet. And when you accept that and you live in that space, now you're exuding a vibration of gratitude. Where focus goes, your life goes. The more you focus on the gratitude, the more things are going to come into your life that you're grateful for, right? And so if you've got a relationship right now that is just contentious and it's frustrating you and all you can see is like, oh, this person drives, maybe it's your boss. This person drives me freaking batshit crazy. All they do is this. Well, the more you focus on that, guess what? That's the more you're going to see. When you become grateful for this person's role in your life and you start to accept them for exactly who they are, watch and see how that radically changes the way that you engage with this person. Watch and see how your relationship flourishes. Watch and see how you show up to that relationship differently. You're now showing up with less frustration slices of pizza, and you're showing up with gratitude and acceptance and love and joy and peace, and you're coming to that relationship differently. And when you do that, you guys, it can radically change all of your circumstances in your life. And I know this why? Because I had to learn the hard way. I still have to learn the hard way. I'm dealing with a circumstance right now that I'm like, this dude is driving me sideways, right? Sideways. And I'm choosing over and over to see the positive in this person. Who knows what the outcome will be, right? All I can do is control me. Because even though we see gratitude and we see the good things in other people, it doesn't mean that other person's going to change. It doesn't mean that that person's going to change. And that's not why I'm changing the way I view this person. That's not why. I'm changing the way I view this person because I realized I was giving slices of pizza to frustration and disappointment and what's the word? Let down. Like I was feeling let down, and I was feeling like it just was not a good situation. So then I started focusing more and more energy on that instead of saying, I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to take back this slice of pizza and I'm going to give it back to love, joy, peace, and happiness and calm in my life. And what does that look like in my business, with my kids, with my best friends, with my partner? What does it look like with all of these different areas? Everybody benefits when we collapse the slices of pizza that we're giving away on frustration. And when you really consider 70 to 80% of our thoughts are negative, 90 to 95% of those are on repeat every single day, you start to collapse that pizza every day, you're really probably only operating at 20 to 30% of your potential today. If you think of it that way, you reverse that 70 to 80% where our thoughts go, our life goes, right? Because our thoughts are a direct, give us a direct link to what our beliefs are. What our beliefs are is what drives us in our life. That's what we believe is what we attract. What we believe in our inner core is what is evidenced by the outside portion of our life, of what people can see. How are our relationships? How are our kids? How is our house? How is our environment? What kind of car do we drive? Is it clean? Is it filthy? Is it a nightmare? Is there clutter everywhere? Whatever it might be. What's going on in here in your head is a direct result of what is showing up on the outside. Well, what's driving that is your beliefs. And when you adjust your beliefs, your thoughts are the indicator to what your beliefs are. When you start paying attention to your thoughts, you now have a key indicator of what your beliefs are. When you can reframe your beliefs, that's when you start to change what is happening on the outside, on the external portion of your life. You change what's going on in your head, you change what goes on in your life. And until the internal beliefs change and until you do that work that it takes to really catch those thoughts and to really catching them. In fact, you know what? I'm going to give a link to you guys. It's going to be a link to, this is one of my clients' favorite exercises. I want to gift this to you guys. We call it the limiting beliefs exercise or the flip the switch exercise, okay? It's basically a list of everybody's thoughts, right? And you know what I'm talking about. When you wake up at 2 a.m., that voice never tells you how amazing you are. It just berates you and tells you how you screwed up in the day, right? Tells you all the things you did wrong. You didn't get done. You should have, would have, could have. It does all those things instead of telling you, hey, you crushed it in the boardroom that day, or this was great. It doesn't say those things. It says all the negative. So this list that you have, you can go through this list and you can uncover the thoughts that are prevalent for you, that are on repeat for you. And when you recognize those thought patterns, now you get an insight into what your beliefs are. When you have an insight to what your beliefs are, now you're empowered. Now you can flip the switch and you can change those beliefs and you can step into your power, okay? And we've got instructions on how all that happens and how you can do that on this link, but I want you guys to have that gift, okay? So there's going to be a link in the comments or below, wherever. We're going to tag this link in here, and I want you to be able to go do that exercise. And there's a video, it gives you the directions on how to do it and everything. It's all there for you. But I want you to see where you are not showing up with gratitude, where you're not showing up with acceptance. And I'm not talking we accept subpar stuff. That's not what I'm talking about, right? Because if there are toxic things in your life, you need to cut them, you need to get rid of them. By God, do it, right? Absolutely do it. I'm a huge believer of that. I fiercely protect my space. But if there are things in life that you are in, and if you can't change your job, it's so much more better for you. It's so much better for you to accept it and to embrace what's good about it until you make the change. It's so much better for you to embrace what's going on with this relationship and this engagement with this person until you can get out of that relationship if it's really, truly toxic. Does this make sense to you guys? Is this resonating? I hope this is landing for you because this really radically can change your life. This one exercise is the one exercise people attribute to the catalyst that radically transformed their life. So I want you to log onto the link, get the exercise, do this exercise exactly how I've explained it to you. Don't overthink it. Immediately, if you feel something resonates with you, check it off the list and be like, oh shit, I got to work on that. And then I'm going to teach you in a follow-up series on how to fix that, how to shift it, how to flip the switch. We talk about the law of polarity, where there's black, there's white, where there's feminine, there's masculine, where there's day, there's night. There's always the law of polarity. And there's for every positive emotion, there's a negative. For every positive thought, there can be a negative. Well, when you identify what's going on for you negatively, you now have the opportunity to flip that switch and turn it into a positive, okay? I want you to live in a life of abundance. I want you to live in a life of joy and freedom and full authenticity of who you are and giving your best to the world. You can only give or get what you have for yourself. And when you work on your internal and what's going on for you, now you're able to give that gift to the world. And when you give that gift to the world and you spend time on you, you now are giving the best gift you could possibly give to the world. So make sure you click on that link, download the exercise, do the exercise, commit right now. Do it right now. Commit to doing it right this very minute. You're going to forget. If you don't do it right now, you're going to forget. Freaking 5 minutes from now, 10 minutes from now, you're going to completely forget about this. And you're going to stay the same. And if you want to stay the same, then by all means, go do that. Forget, don't do it right now. Don't set a reminder. Do whatever you got to do to make sure that this happens today. Do this today. Preferably do it right now because you're going to forget. And that's why you're still stuck in the place that you are. And if you need accountability, you need someone to help you, that's what we're here for. That's what we do. That's what we train people to do. Reach out to us if that's the case. We can't give you more free content than we do through the podcast and through these kind of gifts and these things to help you step up. But if you're like me and you don't hold yourself accountable always the way that you should and you need help, then sign up for help. That's what we're here for. Okay, so make sure you click on the link, identify these areas that are holding you back, flip the switch on them, and step into your best self so the world gets the best out of you. All right? So if this is something that you appreciate, share this with someone. Don't share it and say like, dude, you got some issues. You need to hear what she said, right? Share it with somebody who is in your circle that you want to up-level with you. You want to bring up as you rise up and you grow. Givers want to bring our people with us as we grow. I'm constantly sharing with my friends what I'm doing. Everything that I do that causes me to grow, I'm like, hey, you should read this book. Hey, go listen to this podcast. Hey, you should sign up for this leadership thing. Hey, I'm going to pump out this program. What do you think, right? Give me some feedback. Constantly inviting my people in my circle in to up-level with me. And the people that I choose to be around, we do this with each other. They're doing the same thing back to me, right? Hey, good, I saw this podcast. You got to see this. We're constantly flopping memes back and forth to each other to uplift each other, to build each other up. So if you've got someone in your life that you love and adore and you want to do life with, invite them in to this community. Invite them in to listen to the podcast. Invite them in to do the exercise. Say, up-level with me, buddy. I want you to do this with me. Let's grow together. Let's be our best together. So share this with them, invite them in, and let's engage a whole community and raise the tide of the way that we are all operating. All right? Love y'all.